So the Lakers give up Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball, tons of draft picks, Brandon Ingram, um, a couple more guys, right? But they gave up a lot for Anthony Davis, and really all they got was Anthony Davis, right? Um, Now, when you bring in an Anthony Davis to pair him with a LeBron James, with a franchise like the Lakers, the expectations is somewhere close to what Kobe and Shaq did. Kobe and Shaq got you three rings. It was a three-peat, and they went to four straight finals, right? Then you got Kobe and Gasol, got you two rings, went to three straight finals, right? Those are the type of things that we're looking for when you bring an AD to pair him with LeBron. It's the same thing when you pair Kobe with Shaq, and the same thing when you pair Gasol to Kobe, or the same thing when you pair Magic to Kareem, right? The expectations was that high, right? We like if you go back and listen to everything people were saying at the beginning of their trade, these are the things they were saying. They was comparing them, Kobe, Shaq, Magic, Kareem, things of that nature, right? So far, they've underachieved. They got one bubble ring, two missed playoffs. Well, if you count them making the play in and making the first round exit last year, you can count that they made the play in. But under normal circumstances, they would have been out of the playoffs. Just like this year, they was out of the playoffs. 2 years in a row out of the playoffs. Um, they got a $47 million point guard that they don't even want anymore, who's going to make $47 million on their cap next year. Then you got LeBron at 38. He'll be 38 next year. And then you got injury prone AD. I don't see a future for them. They don't have any draft picks until like 2027, 28, right? And that they don't even have a coach right now. Um, it's confusion in the front office once again, which is the reason why Magic left years ago. We don't know if Palenka or the Rambis family is running it. Phil Jackson was at the last couple of games in the building. That caused some confusion. We don't know if he's going to come in and be the president or the coach, or is he going to buy the team? I don't know. I don't know what Phil Jackson was in there for. So you look at all that turmoil that Lakers got going on, and you see the expectations was not one bubble ring. The expectations was somewhere. I'm not saying equal. I'm not saying you got to get three rings and a three-peat like Kobe and Shaq did, but multiple rings was the expectation. Kobe Shaq got multiple. Kobe Gasol got multiple. Magic Kareem got multiple. I just don't understand why people think that one bubble ring suffices for what all you gave up to get Anthony Davis, right? Now, on the other hand, the Pelicans' expectations, they got a superstar. The Pelicans was fine with being a team that could, be a little bit competitive, make playoff, appearances, and have a superstar that can sell them tickets. As a matter of fact, if you rewind back when they had Chris Paul, and Chris Paul wanted to trade out, and they had that trade pretty much locked in for him to go join Kobe with the Lakers, and the league blocked it when the league used to own the Pelicans. They was looking for a buyer. Back then, they didn't want to let the only superstar go that they had while they was trying to actively sell the team, because what owner is going to pay hundreds of millions of dollars for a franchise where he can't even fill the arena because they don't have a superstar to market? So what I think the NBA really did is vetoed that trade, because we're not going to let CP3 go while we're trying to sell this team. But then they thought, oh, you know what? We got an ace in the hole. We got AD, this phenomenal player coming out as a rookie. How about we just make sure that the Pelicans get the number one pick, and then boom, there's your superstar. So when they figured that out, they was like, all right, man, you can go to the Clippers. They did the lottery. The Pelicans got the number one pick. And then right at the lottery, if you go back and look at it on TV, as soon as the Pelicans won that number one pick, the owner signed the paperwork to buy the team on national TV. It was almost, they was just telling us in our face that he wasn't going to buy that team until he was sure he had the number one pick. Signed the paperwork right there in our face. He knew he was going to get AD. right? So they got their superstar. So I like to say this. Their expectations for the Pelicans is, hey, man, I want a superstar. I want to sell tickets. I want people to come to my games. So when AD wanted out of New Orleans, they kind of did it again. They got the number 1 pick with Zion. So all the Pelicans really wanted was a replacement superstar for Anthony Davis. So they got the number 1 pick. They got the replacement superstar with Zion, but in the trade, they end up getting Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram is turning into a superstar right in front of our face, and Josh Hart and some other assets turned into CJ McCollum. So out of the AD trade, they end up getting Brandon Ingram, who is emerging to a superstar, CJ McCollum, who's a fringe superstar, and Zion Williamson, who's a superstar in marketing ability, not so much as a player. He's not a number 1, I don't think, right? But you got ticket sales, you got good basketball play, you got good leadership, you got a good foundation for your team in your future. The Lakers don't have that. The Lakers don't have it. So you got the Pelicans, who's overachieving on their expectation, and you got the Lakers, who's underachieving. Even though they still got a ring, they're underachieved so far. I mean, there's no way as an owner that you're going to tell me that I have Anthony Davis making 41 mil a year, LeBron making 41 mil a year, and Westbrook making 47 mil a year, and we didn't make the playoffs, and you're going to tell me that I'm having a successful franchise, right? I'm running a successful franchise. You're not going to come to me and say, but I bought you a bubble ring. Like right now, if I was doing a exit interview with Rob Pelinka and Vogel and Anthony Davis and LeBron James, and I'm the owner, and I'm saying, okay, what are we doing right now? You're like, what do we go from here? And you telling me that I got you a bubble ring. That bubble ring, I'm gonna tell you how much the Lakers thought about that bubble ring. Frank Vogel's gone. That tells you how much the Lakers think about that bubble ring. If the bubble ring counted so much and was such a good thing, and it makes them win this trade, then how come Frank Vogel is fired? If Anthony Davis could be fired, they would fire him right now. Right? The bubble ring, they don't think highly of it at all. I don't know anybody in their right mind who thinks highly of their bubble ring. Not one person. Right? You can say it count. You can say Brennan under 17 is running, but the proof is in the pudding. Frank Vogel got fired this year. What have you done for me lately? The last 2 years, what have you done? Missed the playoffs. That tells me a lot about Frank Vogel's coaching, LeBron James' leadership, and that Anthony Davis trade. You got 4 years of LeBron James in LA. 3 of those years you missed the playoffs. The only year you did something was in the pandemic with a 3-month layoff in the middle of the season. A bubble ring. So that's all I wanted to say about that, man. I'm gonna put the phone line up there, man. Y'all can call in. Y'all can tell me how I'm wrong. How am I wrong that the Pelicans won that trade? If you factor in now and the future, the Pelicans won. If you factor in the past and the bubble ring, you probably can make the argument that the Lakers won. You can say the bubble ring counts more for the Lakers than what having 2 superstars and Zion Williamson and a future and a good coach in Willie Green and a city that's on fire right now. You can say that, that's not good for the Pelicans, but I'm telling you, for the Pelicans, they're 100% satisfied and happy with what they did with their trade. The draft picks they got, the players they got, everything, the coach they got. I 100% guarantee they're good. And the people that live in Louisiana, they good too. They happy. But the people that live in LA ain't happy. The Lakers ain't happy. They miserable. The Laker fans are miserable. That's why every time I remind y'all that the Pelicans won their trade, the only thing y'all can say is, well, what about the bubble ring? That's all y'all can say. Well, we got a bubble ring. What about the bubble ring? But y'all ain't gonna never be able to talk about nothing that's going on right now or in y'all future. You ain't gonna be able to do that. But we gonna be singing the same song all season next season. Ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna keep reminding y'all. I'm gonna keep poking y'all in y'all eye and keep reminding y'all that Anthony Davis, Brandon Ingram, I'd rather have Brandon Ingram. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. I'm gonna give y'all 2 more minutes. I want a Laker fan to call me. Phone line is right. Phone line is open. The phone number is scrolling on the bottom of the screen right now. Daggone bubble ring. I can't believe Laker fans, man. Let me see what's going on in the comments. There are only 3 or 4 players that LeBron traded away that are in the playoffs. Everyone else is in, and LeBron ain't. You're right, man. Jordan Clarkson got traded. Hold on, I got somebody calling in.
What's up, man? What's up?
Sheldon, what's up now?
What's up, man? You rather have Brandon Ingram?
You daggone Skippy. Who would you rather have right now?
AD.
You'd rather have AD right now?
He got us a championship.
You'd rather have AD 3 years ago, but right now you'd rather have Brandon Ingram, right? I mean, that's like common sense.
I'm gonna say this: we Lakers Nation, we was never happy about the Brandon Ingram move.
Okay.
We always wanted to keep Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
But if you're gonna get AD out of it, you got to take that chance. Who's not gonna take that chance?
Okay, so you get AD, and 2 years. Well, first round exit, no playoffs. The last 2 years. The year that y'all got AD, y'all got a bubble ring. But do you really? Just asking you as a LeBron and a Laker fan, do you really think the Lakers get that ring if there wasn't a pandemic and a 3-month layoff?
I mean, we who knows? I don't, I can't. I don't know.
Yeah, but are you confident though? Would you put your money on it? Would you put your money on an 82 game season plus playoffs that AD gets through it and LeBron gets through it? Like, if you take the 4 years of the Lakers without the pandemic and the 3-month layoff, you got LeBron James tearing his growing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you got the bubble year, and then the next year you got LeBron James severely twisting his ankle, right? And then this year you got LeBron James severely twisting his ankle again. And then the same thing with Anthony Davis the last 2 years, injuries taking him out, right? So if you take the 3 years that AD has been with the Lakers and the 4 years that LeBron has been with the Lakers, they both can't get through a full season. So are you confident without that bubble that either of them get through a full season and y'all still get the ring?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, man, because the chemistry LeBron and AD had, and it was, come on,
man. You see the delusion? Yeah. Do you see the delusion?
You got the chemistry they had, man. It was a special year for the Lakers. I think I even feel today, man, if they figure it out together, I think I'm pretty sure we can win another championship.
Look, y'all can figure it out all y'all want to, but how is that going to help y'all? How's that going to help LeBron find the fountain of youth and not be 38? And how's that going to help AD not get injured?
Well, LeBron is not thinking about fountain of youth. LeBron is thinking about his next mission. You will be crazy if you don't think LeBron is thinking about an exit, or it's on LeBron's mind. LeBron is thinking a way out.
Let me. Okay? I get to that, but let me read this comment. And I want you to respond to it. Chris LaCroix said, "They leveraged the future for rings with an S, rings multiple, and only got one with an asterisk and 3 failed seasons." What do you say to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's the NBA. like, how do we measure success in the NBA? I don't think rings measure success in the NBA. You could look at any team in the league and say it's a couple good teams that they're gonna go in the playoff every year, but they're never gonna win a ring. The Pelicans is uh,
Yeah,
New
different.
Orleans. They're not one of those teams.
The
They,
New Orleans Pelicans might not be legit contenders, but guess what?
ever, ever.
For New Orleans and their organization, success is different for the Lakers and their organization. One bubble ring is not success for the Lakers.
Yeah, but
That's understood.
all right. Why? Like, what's the bubble ring though? Because you say like older players is benefit off less time, but isn't younger players? Wouldn't younger players be more benefit? Like fresh legs, fresh legs. I don't get the bubble. I don't get it.
Because you're not listening to what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is the 3 month break benefited the team who have the most injury prone players, which is LeBron and AD.
Right.
So
So it didn't. So the 3 months didn't benefit anybody else.
the 3 month would benefit any normal person, but
Right.
if you got a person that can't get through an 82 game season, it's going to benefit you more than it would benefit just any normal person. Like say for instance, a young team like Phoenix. I mean, the only person they got on that team that's old is Chris Paul, and he's been taking care of his body. So he's good. But as far as Devin Booker, Ayton, Mikal Bridges, they're all young, right?
Right.
So it didn't matter if they had a 3 month break or not. You see, they got through an 82 game season this year with the best record in the league, and they still firing on all cylinders. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
it wouldn't have bothered them, but would they benefit from it? Of course, they benefit from it, but
Right.
it's different for the Lakers. The Lakers would not have gotten through 82 games without health injuries, concerns, and things of that nature. They would have been wore out.
Hey, you know what? I think it's easier to say that now, but like but if you look back at 2020, I would take the asterisk off the championship and say that's probably the hardest championship ever won in the NBA. It is COVID, man. Like
Delusional.
it gotta means for something. It is COVID. The world's going crazy.
Strong delusion.
Death row down. You in a bubble, locked away from your family. That that gotta be the most difficult. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be in no bubble.
Delusional.
It can't.
Do you think the
I
Bus
couldn't do it.
family? Do you think the Bus family is satisfied with? As a matter of fact, let me pull up how many draft picks. Let me pull the AD trade up. Let me be straight with it, right?
All right.
I can't remember how many draft picks um that they traded, but I know it was multiple draft picks, right? Um, let me see if I can pull this up. All right, so the Los Angeles Lakers finally got their man Saturday. Reportedly agreed to trade to New Orleans Pelicans center Anthony Davis. The Lakers gave up Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and multiple unprotected first round picks and swaps in exchange for the player's franchise player. I don't think the player they swapped a couple of picks and they gave up Anthony Davis. I don't think they got no other players other than Anthony Davis. But Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, and multiple picks. Let me find out exactly how many picks they got though. But the Josh Hart, that Josh Hart was packaged and turned into CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum is a all-star. Right?
Right. But you gotta understand when you're making trades, like, it's just like anything, supply and demand. Like you're not gonna ask for the kitchen sink from a small market team that look like they got a Zion that's swindling out of control with his weight, and they're in the losing column. Then you're not when you look at the Lakers franchise, you automatically not gonna get. I wouldn't give them a fair shake in any trade because we already know what the Lakers have done with trades in history. They convert those to championship. it converted that AD trade into a championship, regardless if it's in the bubble or not. It did happen, it's in the record. So like,
yeah, but there's only one championship, and it's the Lakers, right? Like that's not enough, right? Especially not for okay. Here it is, right here. They traded it for 3 first-round draft picks. That's 3. So that's 2000. What did this trade was in 22? So that's 21, 22, 23. Whatever it is, I think that they don't have a first-round draft pick to 2027, bro. Right. So help's not coming. Y'all got 3 $40+ million players on the books, and y'all missed the playoffs, bruh. Can we just admit that that's not, just take away the bubble ring. Outside of the bubble ring, has this experiment been successful at all?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say, as a Lakers fan, I've been Lakers fan for a decade. It's not successful, but we respect the chance they took, because we went the draft route. We got the D'Angelo Russells and the Ingrams and and the Lonzos.
Right.
We went those, but when we coming off a 6-year drought, we're not winning the championship. Even towards like Kobe ending, final of his career, it didn't work out. The draft pick didn't work out.
Well, I mean,
so
it takes time to work out, though. I mean, when Brandon Ingram came out of the Duke, he was 18, 19 years old, right? Look, if as great as Kobe is, and Kobe is probably the second or third best player that has ever laced him up and played in the NBA. As good as he was coming in out of high school at 17 and 18, he sat behind Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones for almost 3 years, right? So even if and we all remember the air balls he shot in the playoffs against Utah. So if somebody as great as Kobe had to develop coming out of high school, what do you think Brandon Ingram had to do? And he was even skinnier and more undeveloped than Kobe was. So you got to get him some time, right? Nobody was getting time. D'Angelo Russell came in. I mean, he was another guy who only played a freshman year. He maybe he played his sophomore year at Ohio State, but he was young.
Right.
It took him some time to develop, but before he developed, y'all got rid of him. Jordan Clarkson, he had some promise. Before he developed, y'all got rid of him. Larry Nance, before he developed, y'all got rid of him. Julius Randle, before he developed, y'all got rid of him. Right? Kuzma hasn't really developed yet. Y'all got rid of him. Same thing with Brandon Ingram. And look what Brandon Ingram is turning into now. I think you would rather much have Brandon Ingram right now and build around him than 38-year-old LeBron James and injury-prone Anthony Davis.
No, you can't. I can't say that. I respect Brandon Ingram, but I'm not gonna pick him over LeBron. That's insane.
38-year-old LeBron? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, 30, the number one scorer. Yeah, man.
He couldn't get you to the playoffs.
Number one scorer in the league.
He couldn't get you to the playoffs. What good does it do?
Difficult times, man.
What good does it do? You know who averaged 30 last year?
Who's that?
Bradley Beal. You know why don't nobody talk about it?
He's in Washington. Who's going to talk about that one?
Okay. And they didn't. and he didn't do nothing when they barely made the playoffs.
I'm just saying, man. So you telling me you won't pick Brandon Ingram over LeBron? That's insane.
Like right now, I guarantee you, this summer, if the Pelicans called the Lakers and said, "Do you want LeBron? Do you want Brandon Ingram for LeBron James head up right now?" Jeannie Buss will pull the trigger on that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying with trades, and I would not straight up for LeBron. I get everything to be given players chance to develop, but I'm gonna say that's also taking a risk, man. Because you mentioned you rely you can't compare Brandon Ingram and Kobe. Like, what's the success rate of developed players?
Well, it's looking really good right now with Brandon Ingram. Did you see the game tonight?
Yeah, I mean,
everything that New Orleans is doing, it starting with who they hired as their general manager, who they hired as their coach, the trade they did for CJ and Brandon Ingram, the draft of Zion, the draft of Jackson Hayes. Everything the Pelicans has done has been gold. Everything the Lakers has done has been a turd, except the luck they got with the bubble.
You can't say there's a luck, man.
Oh no,
Champions.
it's
Everybody,
definitely luck.
every team had the same opportunity.
It's definitely luck.
Every team had the same opportunity in the bubble.
Morris said Jackson Hayes was one of those picks, and sheesh, I've been mentioning him a lot. Yeah, so Jackson Hayes is part of that trade. That's one of those picks. I think one of those picks is Herb Jones. Well, whatever Herb Jones and Murphy is, great draft picks. Great draft picks, man. Like this.
No, Pelicans definitely in a better spot moving forward. But we're about championship in LA, man. We don't care. We don't.
Yeah.
Okay, we never cared about draft.
Yeah, but guess what? But guess what? Guess what? Y'all got 3 max contracts on y'all roster. There's not. Name me a team that had 3 max contracts and missed the playoffs. Name the squad that had 3 max contracts and missed the playoffs.
I can't come up with one.
They don't make sense for you to pay that much money to 3 players. That means that those 3 players are so good that you can go and get the league minimum for the rest of your roster. Right? That's what Golden State did. They had KD, Steph, both on big deals. And I don't know if Clay and Draymond, that they didn't have any money then, but they had 2 max guys, right? And if you include Clay's and Draymond's salary, it'll probably add up to it. So you can say they had 3 max contracts, right? And then everybody else on their roster, David West, Leandro Bobosa, and Bogut, all these other guys, they was on JaVale McGee. They signed them to the league minimum, the veterans minimum. That's what you do when you have max contracts on your roster. Somebody's getting the league minimum, but your max guys are supposed to be so good that it still works. Well, the Lakers are doing that. They got 3 max guys, but they missed the playoffs, and they almost missed it last year. So what did they go from here?
That's due to injury, though. Like we missed you talking about, everybody looking at like Russ as a savior. Russ wasn't supposed to be the savior in LA. That's why I really want him back for next year, because
who?
Russ Westbrook.
Oh boy, you crazy.
I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Russ was supposed to be the guy to explode when AD and LeBron is like deferring a little bit. He's not supposed to be the main guy carrying the load. We know Russ, he can't shoot. He's not supposed to. When Russ got traded to LA, I was like, boom. You got LeBron, it's gonna go crazy. You got AD, it's gonna go crazy. If we get Russ to even be 50% of himself, that's a championship team. But injury got us.
But your assessment is pie in the sky. That's what it is. Like wishful thinking. Like, cause from a basketball standpoint, as soon as I seen that so this is what I was thinking this off season.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? You got LeBron, you got AD. I seen that they signed guys like Monk, Dwight Howard came back, Rondo came back, and I'm like, oh shoot, they putting this thing together. Then when they signed Melo, I was like, oh shoot. Then they got Kendrick Nunn. I was like, oh shoot. I said these Lakers about to be trouble. And then they traded Caldwell Pope and Kuzma for freaking Westbrook, and then they let Caruso walk. And I said, it's over. It's over. Because what you just now did was brought in Rondo, and that would have been fine if you was going to play Rondo. But trading those 2 big pieces, first of all, Kuzma was a role player that was willing to accept his role. He was coming off the bench with no problem. Coming off the bench, right? Doing what he had to do. You let Danny Green go. That was defense, 3-and-D. You let Caldwell Pope go. He was playing defense. You let Caruso go. He was playing defense. And I was like, they're not going to play Rondo because they just went in and got Westbrook, and they're paying him $42 million or $44 million this year. And you can't put that on the bench. So now I know Rondo's not going to play. and that's the guy you need to play. I said this Westbrook just messed everything up, basketball wise. On paper though, with the name, when you look at all the names, you got Westbrook, and I know what was going on. LeBron was trying to win. LeBron tries to win too many things instead of just going to go get the championship. He tried to win too many things. He want to win the summer. He want to win the narrative. He want to win the storyline. He want to win the scoring title. He want to win the assist title. It's just too much. It's too much he's trying to win. And instead of him going and getting sound players that was going to help his squad, he went and got Westbrook because he felt like that there was a name that was going to put them in the conversation with everybody else just based on name, not based on play, just based on name. And that was a mistake.
Yeah. For you got, I can't ping that on LeBron, man. LeBron has never been that guy to pick up players off name, especially a guy that want to win and cares about his legacy.
Who do you give credit to for getting Anthony Davis in LA?
I give that to LeBron.
You see what I'm saying? You see the delusion that LeBron fans have. Anytime that you have to hold him, anytime you have to hold him accountable for something that didn't go right, you won't do it. But anytime you get an opportunity to give him credit for something that went right, you give him that credit. You see what you just did that quick.
You got to give LeBron the credit for what he do on the floor.
Yeah, but you said you give him credit for getting.
He's almost 50 years old. He's averaged the most points in the league.
Well, he forced that. If he would have averaged it, and they was like the 4th or 5th seed in the playoffs, then I'll be like, that's success. But we know when you're a good basketball player, it's at least when you're an all-star basketball player, if you wanted to average a lot of points, you could, but it's bad basketball. Like you're forcing it. He's forcing the points. He didn't play any defense. Like he just concentrated all his energy on offense and sacrificed on defense.
Is he really sacrificing, or is he getting old? We all got to come to the conclusion that LeBron, mileage is on him. So like,
well, look,
you can't be the same player. You got to defer something.
Well, hold on. It takes energy to play offense and defense. So if you got a choice, if I told you, hey man, you can only spend these 50 coins on offense and defense, a wise person would say, I'm gonna put 25 on offense and 25 on defense, right? Why would a person say I'm gonna put all 50 of these coins on offense and just not play no defense? That's what he was doing.
That's not how the season started, though, man. You gotta understand, LeBron was big on defense in the beginning of the season, but once AD and all the injuries started occurring, you talking about, Trevor Ariza that didn't even really play much. Like a lot of the players they brought on didn't even get time. So like when you see Robin falling down and broken, what you gonna do? You gonna be Batman? You gonna save the city? LeBron had to put the Los Angeles Lakers on his back, man, and carry them. And unfortunately, he can't do it by himself anymore, man. The league is too difficult.
I will agree with you on that. At the beginning of the season, it didn't look like he was going for points and going for the scoring. So I give you that. And what I would say to that though is that I think once LeBron realized that AD was down, right, and his team was at that point like 4 games under 500 and not playing well, I think after the All-Star break, he realized this team is not going to be able to make it. AD's not coming back no time soon, so we're just going to keep tanking and dropping down in record. And he made the decision then that it won't be my fault. I won't play in a way where you can blame me for this team's losses. So he went out 100% to get points. This is the lowest he ever had in assists. I think he only averaged 4 assists this season, the lowest in his career. So he went all out for points because I really believe that he didn't want anybody to be able to say, well, LeBron played bad. That's why the Lakers was bad. He know all his media friends are gonna say, well, LeBron averaged 30 a game is not his fault, and blame everybody else, and that's exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, his sister gonna be low if he's nobody to pass it. Who's he passing to? Who's on the?
See, that's
Look
the
at this.
thing. Look.
Who's
Malik Monk and Carmelo Anthony was a bucket all season. If LeBron really wanted to concentrate on defense, he could have been passing to Melo and Monk, and they could. You seen what happened when they shut LeBron down and Melo and AD down. One game, Monk got 30. The next game, THT got 30. The next game, the rookie, I forgot the little white guy name. He got number 15. He got 30. So
right? What is that?
if
Those
you
30 that wasn't converting to wins though. Like,
and neither was LeBron's 30 converting to wins. They 17 games under 500. LeBron wasn't converting to wins either. So if you give Melo 30 shots like you give LeBron 30 shots a game, Melo could have got you 30.
right?
You
But
feel me?
the team is not good. We all could agree. I agree. The Lakers is not. This team is not good. You can't pin it all on LeBron.
Yeah. So
Too many pressure on one man. That's at the end of his career.
But yeah, why are we celebrating him averaging 30 if the team's not good? Like it's not a 30 that means anything.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up, Dino?
He said LeBron has no one to pass it to. AD, right?
Well, AD missed a lot. I guess he's just counting the games where AD was gone.
AD, he has the ball to pass to AD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if AD's out, who's he passing to?
Okay,
Russ can't shoot.
Hold on. Let's take a.
Russell Westbrook missed one game this year.
Wait. We're jumping ahead. Let's all get on the same understanding. You said AD missed a lot. Who recruited AD to the Lakers?
LeBron. What's his middle name?
Ramon.
LeBron James.
I was tuned in. He said it before I hopped in the camera. You said you gave credit to LeBron James, right?
Yes, sir.
So was that a smart investment 3 years ahead playing chess, right? At that time, he's already coming off a major injury. At that time, is that a smart move for that team? Or
I mean, we
been a young and developing player.
Right. But you gotta understand when the Lakers took on LeBron James, it's championship or bust. So when you got an opportunity to get a player like Anthony Davis and the potential he had and still have, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I was all for the trade. I thought just like everyone else that, hey man, pairing AD with LeBron is a big deal, and if you get a chance to do that, do that. How because what I understand that LeBron was not getting any younger, and his window to win was very small, and he didn't have time to wait for Lonzo Ball, Kuzma, and Brandon Ingram to develop. I agree, Brandon Ingram wasn't then what he is now, and neither was Kuzma, and neither was Ball. But guess what? Them boys develop. Another thing I also will acknowledge is that young boys can't really develop with LeBron the way they should, because LeBron is going to always have the rock, and turning Lonzo Ball, Kuzma, and Brandon Ingram into Kyle Korver catch and shoot 3-point shooters is not ideal. Brandon Ingram never got an opportunity to take as many shots as he is now and play with the ball in his hand as he does now and post up and all that. So he don't get that. LeBron smothers and suffocates so much air in the room by how he plays and his play style. That's my knock on him with his play style. But so yeah, I say that when the trade went through initially, I thought it was a good idea. But hindsight being 2020, you look at the Lakers situation now, you look at the New Orleans Pelicans situation now, and I have to say that New Orleans has won that trade.
I think until they could get a championship out of that team,
Yeah, but you got to explain that to me though. You got to explain that to me. Why bubble ring counts way more than the current situation in the future.
Because if you've like been around rec games or even watched the rec games on YouTube, those are great basketball games being played. In a bubble, that's pretty much what that is. It's straight rec runs and tournament
Right.
rec runs over a certain amount of time. I get that, but the pressure on whatever was going around, they want to call it COVID. I don't know what it was. I don't know what whatever. However you feel about it, but whatever they had going around, right? The pressure of being away from your family at that time, I get that, but in the same sense, like I also don't get how the Phoenix Suns went undefeated, but they were still ineligible. Why were they there in the first place?
Right.
I feel like if even if the circumstances was different, right? Phoenix Suns still beat the Lakers out because they were also young. You know what I'm saying? Ready to run. It was just different, man. They were healthy. They were actually the only healthy team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That year.
Man, the Pelicans beat the Lakers so bad multiple times this season. What's the series with the Pelicans and Lakers? Is it 2-1 or 3-1?
3-1.
3-1. The Pelicans beat the brakes off the Lakers so many times.
Everybody beat the brakes off the Lakers.
Yo,
man,
I want to get one thing to Sheldon because
I agree. Everybody, bro.
A lot of people always say that that a team won a championship. So how could you say the team that didn't win a championship won the trade? First and foremost, expectations for the Lakers is always the championship. When have a person ever say, boy, is championship a bust for the Pelicans? No one has ever said that about the Pelicans. So I'm gonna say that first and foremost. Wait, Sheldon, just let me, yo, bro, you was on the phone. Let me just say my piece, and then you can have it. So as a Pelicans fan, man, it brings excitement to my city. So that's how I say we won this trade. Because we was never talking about the Pelicans organization. Even when AD was down there, you would have your onesies, twosies, but the Pelicans are relevant. And they actually made the playoffs. Like after like a 1-12 start.
It's more than that because they just took a game convincingly from the best team in the league.
Facts.
On their court. Some people might say that because Devin Booker went down with an injury. It is what it is. That's fine. And if that's what they're banking it off of, then Phoenix has bigger things to worry about. If you're missing one player and you lose a game, and then that's the reason why you lost that game, you might not make it. If you make it out the series, you're not making it much further. If that's what if you continue to base it off of that. I've seen they went pretty good. They had a decent stretch when they lost Chris Paul, right? They had only lost maybe like what? Less than a handful of games?
Yeah, Devin
and
Booker.
Chris Paul is obviously the nucleus of that team.
Mm-hmm.
So
every major team that's in the playoffs has played without their stars this season.
Correct.
High seed.
Miami still got a number 1 seed in Butler, Hero, I don't know,
balling.
A lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them missed time. Steph, he missed a lot of time.
I was just about to say that they said that
5 games.
They said that the Warriors. They said that the lineup of Draymond, Steph, and Clay have only played 11 minutes in the last what? If it wasn't this season, it was like the last 2 or 3 years. They've only played 11 minutes together, and you cannot tell that in these playoffs. They out there hooping.
It's just funny because they're the Splash Brothers with the addition of Pooh. So Splash Pooh Brothers, that's nice. But
talking to Warriors playing again.
Talking to Denver,
the Nuggets, MVP.
Another team without their star point guard,
right?
and small forward in the playoffs.
And they still made the playoffs. And then Joel Embiid got the MVP. And was in a top seed of the East the whole season without Ben Simmons.
He didn't even have a number 2.
But The Lakers didn't make the playoff because they just a bad team.
No,
That's
no,
they're
that's
a
not
bad
what it
team
is.
that was led by a bad
On
coach.
paper, Sheldon, on paper, the Lakers were a 65 win team. There was nothing that you could tell anybody at the beginning of the season that the Lakers was not going to be hoisting that trophy up at the end of the season.
Right.
What?
Kendrick Perkins said 70. Kendrick Perkins said it was going to
Boy, what?
70.
Boy, they already gave him the trophy. I was like, damn.
Hold on, Cass. Let me ask you this, Cass. Since you're a New Orleans fans, right? Is this true? What's on the screen? Herb Jones.
That was me.
Second round pick they got from the Lakers.
That was me. I'm the one who had posted that. So how it worked was we had traded that pick. So I don't know when you had heard when Dino had mentioned how we got Jackson Hayes. We had traded that number 4 pick that we got from the Lakers. So when we traded that to the Hawks, we had got 2 twos in there. We got the number 8 pick, which we got Jackson Hayes, and the number 16 pick, which we got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. We also got a second round pick. That second round pick we had traded back. We had got Dede Lazada. We had traded that. So we had got Herb Jones with that pick. So all in all, that's the pick that we got from the Lakers.
So pretty much what y'all got from the Lakers for Anthony Davis is Jackson Hayes, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, and whatever y'all used to get CJ McCollum, because y'all had Nickeil Walker and Josh Hart that y'all got y'all got the Josh Hart from the Lakers, y'all got Nickeil Walker from the draft pick from the Lakers, but that turned into CJ McCollum. So y'all got CJ McCollum, Jackson Hayes, Brandon Ingram, and Herb Jones for AD. So y'all got 4.
No, don't forget. We also got Giannis because that signing trade with Lonzo Ball.
Okay,
I was just about to say because they got Lonzo from the Lakers, and then they sent Lonzo to what was it, signing trade with the Bulls, right?
Starters. We got all 5 of our starters from the Lakers.
The Lakers stupid. The Lakers are stupid.
Yeah, that was the signing trade we got from Lonzo Ball. That's the signing trade we got for Lonzo Ball.
I'm convinced the Lakers are stupid.
All 5 of our starters is from the Lakers.
Wait, hold on. So
the Lakers in there playing checkers and everybody else playing chess.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball was the signing trade. And it was a 3-way. It was a 3-team trade with the Bulls, Memphis, and us.
Wow.
What you said? What Sheldon? What'd you say?
What did the Pelicans win?
A playoff spot.
They won a chicken dinner.
Because I don't know if y'all remember how we manipulated. Because we had also packed. It was actually more than a 3-team trade because we also got Devontae Graham. So we also got a 6-man.
Not Houston.
The Lakers
Charlotte.
are playing checkers and the Pelicans are playing chess, obviously.
Exactly.
Listen.
And this is without Zion. Come on, man.
Hey, here goes another New Orleans fan. They said, "Thank you for that trade, man. We love BI in the Noya." Man. Hey, it looked like Rob Pelinka, the type of dude who ain't never been effed over. But hey, guess what? We about to change that. Send that boy down to the Noya.
Oh, bro. Hey, no, the funny thing was, so Master P was supposed to be performing a No Limit reunion tour at the Blender. So they're gonna push that back. Man, P better capitalize. He better perform at halftime for these games.
So even Master P about to eat off this AD trade. Good,
you're damn right.
Lord, man. Yeah.
Nah, all jokes aside. All jokes aside, though, honestly speaking, would you rather have 38-year-old LeBron right now or Brandon Ingram?
Brandon Ingram.
And before anybody get to answering, I mean, it's obviously Brandon Ingram, but I wanna focus on the point where everybody's talking about, oh, well, LeBron is 37, dropping 30 points a game. When is he dropping these 30 points a game? What is the situation where he's dropping 30 points a game? Mel, this is your favorite subject.
When they getting blowed out by 30 and he plays the fourth quarter in
garbage minutes. He the only starter in the game and then he doesn't even go and finish. He only needed 3 more games to qualify for the scoring title, and he ain't even finished that.
Yeah, and Sheldon, you kept saying LeBron Embiid did. He beat him out by like 0.3 points. So it wasn't LeBron.
I mean, we decided to sit, because we didn't want it because.
That's what it was.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're not making a playoff. That's peasant move, man. We don't want to
let me get Sheldon. Trump 2024, right?
yeah.
Sheldon, you like my hat?
Hey, yo, man, I love it, man. Listen, man. What Joe Biden did to America, man, we should be ashamed.
He did the same thing. What LeBron did to the Lakers.
You handed that one to Mel on a platter, bro.
Listen. LeBron done pulled the wool over the Lakers' eyes and beat them behind the barn.
Yeah, he did.
Like, I don't understand how people we got the championship in 2020 and claim that these 4 years have been a success. You look at the Warriors' 4 years. We're not even going to include the last year that everybody got injured and they lost the finals to Toronto, which they lost in 6. It wasn't even 5 or a sweep. They lost in 6 with injuries, right? We'll do the first 4 years when it was the Warriors and the Cavs for 4 years straight. They won 3 rings. That is success.
That's success.
Miami.
That's when you win a trade.
Miami is success.
I don't know. 50% is still failing, brother.
Who?
2 for 4, man.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. We'll take 2 for 4. We'll take 2 for 4. Shit. We'll take 2 for 4.
Hey, what you mean? We've been there after that. What you mean? Okay, we lost. we lost to Kobe. We ain't even lose to the Lakers because they handed that to Kobe. They did that for Kobe. We understand that, but look where we at now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all good. Y'all homegrown. Y'all stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? But
hey, Roy said, I'm not a big Laker fan, but I can't believe y'all had D'Lo Russell, Randall, B.I., Kuz, Ball. Don't forget Clarkson and
future 6 man of the year.
I don't know. I don't know if we count Nance, but Clarkson, and didn't keep one of them. Clarkson is pretty.
I'm counting Nance. That's a rebound.
Okay, yeah, I count Nance.
Yes,
but look, this is the thing. Zubac.
Yes, I wanted to say Big Zoo.
Yep.
Yes, bro, I'm gonna count Nance because Nance has been productive off of our bench. He's been consistent through the playing games, and he gave us like 14 rebounds the first game. So I'm gonna count him.
So basketball to understand that.
So you mean to tell me that the Lakers had a starting 5 and a solid second unit and gave it up for old man LeBron?
Look,
Mr. Glass.
If you have a system and a good coach like Steve Kerr and the Warriors got a system, or like Popovich and the Spurs got a system, you know what type of players you're looking for, and you can bring them in and plug and play and develop them. That's why you find a shooter like Jordan Poole, and you can develop them. Jordan Clarkson,
crazy.
Look, Jordan Clarkson and Poole is not that much of a difference, except Poole is a little taller and longer, so you can get a little bit more from him. But Clarkson just needed to be developed, man. He can handle the rock though. He could ball, and he got a ratchet, right? The Lakers, they didn't have time to develop that, but he was there with Kobe, so Kobe didn't, he got his $40 million a year, and he was like, I'm gonna do my last 2 years, and I'm gonna do a farewell tour, But the good thing about
we know Kobe turned into a coach though.
Yeah, but the good thing about Kobe is at that point, his last 2 years, he was like, I'm not trying to make a run at the playoffs. I know we're not contending, so go ahead and stack up these draft picks and draft these great players, and we see what we get. Right? That's what Kobe did, right? But the Lakers was able to get draft picks while Kobe was doing his farewell tour. With LeBron, he's saying get rid of all the picks and bring in these old guys, right? And what happens is whenever LeBron is done with their franchise and he retires or he goes back to Cleveland or wherever he's going to go to play with his son, the Lakers are going to be sitting with an empty bag, no LeBron, a team that was built around LeBron, and no superstar and no draft picks.
Taking our talent back to Cleveland, man.
So let me ask y'all this: What LA team leveraged the future and got a bigger reward best? The Lakers or the Rams?
The Rams.
That's easy.
Man,
A real Super Bowl versus a pandemic AAU bubble tournament. No.
Man, no, the Rams might be in it again next year.
Yeah,
they kept damn near everybody, and then I don't know what happened to OBJ. But they
probably gonna wait until after the draft.
They didn't keep everybody.
I said they kept most of everybody. They got Aaron Donald back.
They just replaced people. Yeah,
they picked up Allen Robinson, which I think is a great pickup. Like,
yeah.
Well, a key loss was Von Miller, but who gonna pass up 120 mil at his age?
Yeah, and
was it 120 or 160?
It was a lot of money for an old person. Let's just put it like that.
But they picked up Wagner, and they might still be in the running to get Tyrann Mathieu.
Yeah, like
he is still. Oh my God!
Like
him and
players like that gonna wait until after the draft to pick a spot.
But no,
let's hope LeBron don't go to the Rams.
But real quick, back to what Sheldon had said earlier. Like you give LeBron praise for all the good stuff, but you shell out the blame to everybody else when it's the bad stuff, and you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? One, it's a team sport, but we all know that LeBron got a major hand in a lot of things that go on with whatever organization he's with, right? So he kind of he handpicked AD. He went and got Melo. He went and made that trade for Russ because for some reason he thought that would work. You know what I'm saying? He did all this stuff, and now that it's not working. Oh well, it's Russ' fault because he ain't shoot well, or it's AD fault because he can't stay healthy. We knew AD couldn't stay healthy. We saw it in New Orleans.
Yeah,
but LeBron still wanted him. We knew what type of ball player Russell Westbrook was from OKC, Houston, and Washington, but we still wanted him. They played him off. He was on the 3-point line in the bubble, and nobody was within 10 feet of him. They said, "Yeah, that's our guy. Let's go get him." I don't understand. Like how if you praise LeBron, you have to equally criticize him as well.
I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with you. Right? When you make a sacrifice,
them LeBron fans, boy, I tell you.
Listen, hold on. When you make a sacrifice, right? When you sell your soul, you have to live with the consequences, man. When you get a player like LeBron James, he's gonna say, "Listen, I'm gonna get you a championship, like he did on every team he goes to, right? But you got to deal with the pressure that comes with getting a championship." That's it, man. When you sell your soul, you got to sacrifice. You lose a baby.
I'm 101% sure that's not how the conversation went in the front office.
Hey, listen, man. When you sell LeBron James, you sold your soul.
Yeah, but if you go sell it, you gotta sell high, man. You can't sell it for a bubble ring. They don't even really count.
Sheldon, thank you for the top 8 pick this year too. While we're still in the playoffs.
Thank you. So since we talked about how the Lakers are in the dumps in their future, let's talk about some more of the Pelicans, right? So we already talked about they got a starting 5 and a 6-man from the Lakers, right? They got CJ, Brandon Ingram, Valanciunas, Herb Jones, Graham, and what was the other guy?
Jackson Hayes.
And Jackson Hayes. They got 6 players.
Larry Nance.
And Larry Nance. Man, they still got a draft pick this year. So looking at your squad right now.
Zion, if he could stop eating.
Looking at your squad right now, right, and how they're playing offensively, defensively, rebounding, the way they can spread the floor and shoot. Herb Jones is a good defender, and he's a shooter. Murphy is a good shooter. Like y'all got good wings. Yeah, y'all got good wings. So this is my thing. When Zion gets healthy, and I'm saying that you got this same squad. Let's say y'all don't lose anybody this offseason. where does he fit, and then what kind of offense do you? Is the offense the same, and Zion is just playing Jackson Hayes' role, or is Zion going to come back and they're going to treat him like they did him last year when they tried to put the ball in his hand?
So me personally, I think at that point, Valanciunas becomes expendable, and you have to have Jackson Hayes on the floor because that he's so athletic and he's truly a 5, right?
He really might be our best player, man.
I just, bro, when I seen this man in real game go between the legs, I was like, bro, this dude is exciting. But I have to have him up on the floor. And I play Zion at the 4. But that's just me. That's next season though. Moving forward.
That's a great fit. That is a great fit.
You think so? Hold on. What do you lose with Valanciunas being expendable if you let him walk this summer, and you got Jackson Hayes? Did you see Jackson Hayes when he tried to post up Mikal Bridges, and when he made the turn, he's supposed to have went with his left hand off the glass, but he's so unpolished that he tried to do a turnaround and use his right hand, and the smaller Mikal Bridges stuffed it.
And you see what he did right after that, though, right?
Of course. But this is my thing. That doesn't happen if this Valanciunas a 7-footer
right.
down low that has multiple post moves and know how to score down low. So if you let Valanciunas walk, and you got Jackson Hayes as your 5 and Zion as your 4, you got 2 guys that can't do nothing but run, jump, and dunk. And you don't get what Valanciunas gives you with like Valanciunas is a great screen setter. He's a great offensive rebounder. He's a space eater. You see, I mean, he's pretty much making Ayton work down low. You lose that.
Right, but let me go back to what you were saying with Valanciunas vice Hayes. Valanciunas is not up in that position because Hayes ran the floor to be in that position. Remember that was a fast break that Hayes ran the floor, and Mikal was just he was just down there because Ayton can't run with Jackson Hayes. Let's just keep that in retrospect, right? That's why that happened. Hayes is just he's just a 21-year-old that doesn't have that. He don't have that in his bag yet. Because remember, he was just a junior in high school when he picked up basketball. He was a football player.
Yes. Sure.
Is that so? He's still developing, and I'm hoping
you can't lose Valanciunas, bro.
So, Kaz, let me ask you this. Kaz. Let me ask you this, right? I feel like the only way y'all let Valanciunas go is if y'all could some way secure Mark Williams in the draft. What's your highest pick?
Is the Lakers draft, because our other pick we gave up for the Portland.
So you don't get this year.
Yeah. Our pick is already we already gave that away for. So
CJ. Y'all don't have a first rounder this year.
Yeah, we only got the Lakers pick. So that top 8. Hopefully, we see how that ball falls.
Yeah.
So
that's your only chance of being able to replace Valanciunas is Mark Williams.
Well, you still got free agency, and New Orleans look like it might be a spot the way they playing, and they got Brandon Ingram and CJ. People will want to play with them. Plus, Willie Green, people will want to play for him. He got a good reputation. Yeah. But let me get to this comment though. He's Roy said Graham got to go because Jose is breaking out. Jose is playing good ball.
And don't forget about Kyra Lewis.
However, though, is Jose able to score like Graham can?
Yes.
I just know Jose got a lot of defense.
He's little. He ain't really got that much defense. He Jose can shoot, and he's crafty with the ball. Roy also said Jonas got a mid range. He got a deep ball with that ugly form. That pump fake he do is it like Denzel Washington from He Got Game. That's how he shoot. Work inside with Zion and pass out to the mid range with Bi. But why work inside with Zion when Zion has a total of 0 post moves? All Zion has is bully ball. He
got that jab step. He got that jab step.
No, I'm saying everybody can see right through.
Exactly. Look, all he has is bully ball, and he's not a wing player, so it's gonna be hard for him to bully ball from the post when he don't have no post game. that's the reason why Van Gundy was trying to figure out a way to get Zion shots last year, and he was like, "Well, we're just gonna have to let Zion be a point forward like Giannis." Remember that? Remember that, Cass?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember.
Remember me screaming at the top of my lungs saying, "Why would you take the ball out of your all-star's hand and Brandon Ingram?" Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And it worked for Zion's numbers. And remember, he was shooting like 70%, and he was getting double doubles every game, and it appeared to work. But don't you like the offense better now running through BI than what it was with Zion?
Of course. I already told you when CJ after tonight, when CJ and BI both play, they're 11-3. That's winning. That's a winning formula. So I'm not gonna break it.
Still fella to realize.
By the way you guys talking, I know the Lakers won the trade, man. Because number one thing, small market teams, they never keep their superstars. You develop superstars, but you never keep them. They always leave. You can look at OKC right now as an example of that. They had James Harden, they had Westbrook, and they had KD. They all gone. Small market teams do not keep superstars. Zion Williamson.
Yeah, San Antonio never kept a superstar. San Antonio never kept one.
The Golden State.
Cleveland lost LeBron after 7 years.
Hey, Cleveland lost LeBron multiple times. But I'm going to say this, right? Zion Williamson's already talking about leaving.
Oh, he said
He's
that?
already out.
That's what Zion said? Oh, that's what you heard?
There's reports.
I never heard that.
Is it the same reporters that said that Westbrook was going to the Hornets?
Hey, listen, man.
For Gordon Hayward.
10 burgers. When an NBA player eat 10 burgers a day and gain 300 pounds on your bench, that's indication that he don't want to be there.
You get your sources must be Clutch Sports.
Bruh, I want you to think about this, Sheldon. People keep saying the Knicks. Zion has played the same amount of games for the Pelicans as he did for the Knicks. And the Pelicans are in the playoffs and the Knicks are at home. Why the hell would he want to go play for that team? That does not make any sense.
It wouldn't even fit because all Zion is a Walmart version of Julius Randle.
Julius Randle better than Zion.
Exactly. That's why I said Zion is a Walmart version of Julius Randle.
Yeah, I've been on record saying that. Yeah, look, Zion is really going to have to do exactly what Jackson Hayes is doing right now: run the floor, get dunks, get rebounds, get block shots. That's it. I would not run not one. There's like at practice, there's not one play that I have installed for Zion except an alley-oop. That's it. You catch lobs, you rebound, you block shots, you run your fat butt. That's all you do. We're not running no offense to you. My number one is Brandon Ingram. My number two is CJ McCollum.
That's it.
You're not getting nothing.
And then Jose on the second unit.
Yeah. And then when it comes, go ahead.
I wouldn't mind seeing Zion and RJ Barry back together, man. Let's make it happen. Bring him back to the Knicks.
In New York.
Yeah.
Would you do it? Would you do it, Cass?
Put Westbrook right on the team.
Who would they give us like for Zion? I don't care. At this point, I don't care. I want to talk about my current team. I don't care, bro. Zion is not playing for the Pelicans. I want to enjoy that starting lineup that I saw tonight and those bench players because Trey Murphy is giving me the number 4 that I actually want to see on the court. Not not like Zion, a stretch 4 that I actually want to see on the court. So I like what Trey Murphy is giving me. So let's talk about Trey Murphy and let's get off of the Zion bandwagon. Trey Murphy leads all rookie in 3-point percentage. Talk about that.
I didn't even know
that man don't know nothing else. That man know about his Pelicans.
He do know about and his Saints, but I didn't even know Murphy was playing the 4. He's playing the 4.
Yeah, he's out 4.
Yeah,
he seems kind of undersized for a 4.
Yeah, but
he's actually 6'10". He don't look it.
He don't look 6'10". I thought Marshall was playing 4 for y'all, but I think they interchangeable though.
Yeah, if you look at when he's standing next to Brandon Ingram, you see he's taller than Brandon Ingram.
What the lineup? Go ahead, Mo.
No, I was only saying it's an undersized league, so everybody looks small.
I like the lineup y'all had late when y'all sat Jackson Hayes down and y'all only had who was y'all? Y'all had CJ, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones,
Jose and
Jose, yep, Jose
and Valanciunas.
And Valanciunas. I like that lineup.
Cause man, we had to go small ball because they was playing small ball, but at the same time, we wanted to keep Valanciunas on a glass.
Yeah.
Mel, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So for me, after game one, I was like, oh well, the Pelicans made the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That's where I was pretty much at with it, right?
Shit, I was like that after the first quarter.
I was like, man, well, damn, the Pelicans made the playoffs. Congratulations to them. You know what I'm saying? After watching game two, is there a significant chance that the Pelicans could pull off an upset?
I thought it was a chance in game one because
the third quarter.
I don't know what it looked like to everybody else, but it took a miracle from CP3 in the fourth to pull that win out. And it wasn't like something that Phoenix was doing bothered CJ or Brandon Ingram. CJ and Brandon Ingram
they was just phenomenal
games.
They was just missing.
Yeah, but they was getting good shots. They was scoring, and I like what they was doing. It was different for KD. Boston had KD all discombobulated. So
I don't want to talk about that game.
If I would have seen Brandon Ingram looking like that, then I probably would have thought Phoenix was gonna sweep him. But when I saw the New Orleans game, I was like, hey man, New Orleans can play with them boys.
Yeah, BI was in the first quarter. BI was missing his mid ranges, like his patented little fadeaway. He was missing it. I was like, that's not BI, and it was not like it was a hand in his face. Because what they'll do, he'll call for for a screen, and he'll dump below it, and he'll hurry up and just do his little mid range, and he was just missing. I'm like, maybe it's just his first time in the playoffs. I think it was just the pressure of the playoffs because they shot 23% in the first half. So I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
Roy make a good point. Yep, the playing is kind of, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, look at Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? First game shot horrible. Second game shot 10 for 17.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And game one, Cass, y'all had got it all the way down to 5 or 6 points?
Yeah, in the third quarter. We had a great third quarter. But the Pelicans, they are a second half team, though. That's why when even though Devin Booker had a really good first half.
Oh my God.
We were still only down by 5 points. But the Pelicans are fourth in the league in as far as second half scoring. So that's why I wasn't that up. I was like, oh, all right, we got it close. All right, going into the second half, we got it close. I'm not that afraid with the Pelicans being the fourth best team in the second half. I'm not afraid.
Phoenix in trouble, man. That hamstring is gonna take a game or two for Devin Booker to he probably gonna miss the next game. I guarantee you. So they in trouble. They're going back to New Orleans. They done lost home court advantage. New Orleans done stole a game in Phoenix, and they got the best player on the floor. Now that Booker is gonna be out, the best player is Brandon Ingram. The second best is CP3, but CJ McCollum is really kind of equal to him right now. So you can almost say the two best players is on the Pelican squad.
Yeah, y'all did your job by and I feel like it's best that y'all took game two because that's all that is just momentum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Going
Phoenix
into
won game one.
Game.
Exactly. Phoenix won game one, that's fine. But y'all took game two in Phoenix and y'all about to go right back to the crib. Oh, the smoothie center about to be rocking.
Yeah, they call it the blender for a reason.
It's about to be rocking over there.
The Pelicans is about to do what Laker fans thought they was going to do. Them boys made the play in, came out of the play in, and about to knock off the number one seed.
I'm enjoying this conversation.
The only way New Orleans don't win this series is if the NBA get involved and you start seeing some funny whistles because
Boston game.
So the Boston game whistle was so disgusting, bro.
Atrocious.
Like, man, the league is heavily involved
on both
in
sides.
Series.
On both sides,
Game
Brooklyn and
too.
Boston,
The
it was
tonight.
terrible.
The game tonight, like it's no.
Something's got to be done about that because this is like
all season. Actually, if you want to be honest,
all season. It's critical moments, and it'll either be the refs swallow their whistles at the wrong time, or they are just so blow happy on them that the last quarter takes 30 minutes because it's nothing but whistles and stoppages.
Yeah. Right, man. Brown got punched in the face and I was like, dang,
bro.
That was Brown's fault though. That was Brown's
but
fault.
Still, no. Regardless, but there's always unintentional fouls. I mean, someone get hit in the face, you still gotta call something now.
Right.
You still gotta call something.
I still remember that foul that didn't happen that they gave Giannis so he can win the game against Brooklyn at the free throw line. I was like,
I don't want to talk about it.
What kind of foul is that? This dude ran full. Look, and I don't have a lot of respect for. Okay, I'm sorry. Not having respect is the wrong word, but I respect basketball players more that are highly skilled versus the basketball players who have to have to run full speed to get a shot off. Russell Westbrook, Giannis, and a couple of other people, they have to run 100 miles per hour to get a good shot. When you run now, when you run 100 miles per hour,
how many years in the league?
You jumping and trying to get a foul. I hate that. Like something's got to change about that.
Man, Cam Johnson, bro, that dude. Oh, I can't stand Cam Johnson. That's him. You speaking it like he's Mr. Flop. Cam Johnson is Mr. Flop, bro. I'm telling you.
But he got a ratchet though. He's a shooter and he's skilled. He's not doing what Giannis doing. Giannis
from New York. I mean Carolina. It's because
cut it out.
Hey, Roy. I wasn't saying B.I. was better than Booker. I was saying that now that Booker is out with the hamstring, B.I. is the best player on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
The best available.
Yeah, but running 100 miles per hour to get your shot, I ain't got no respect for that. And that's what Giannis does.
No, so let
Giannis pull out them post moves, man. The turnaround, step backs.
Like I like his Euro though.
Look good.
Like Giannis Euro.
It look good.
His Euro is so disgusting.
A Euro from the half court.
It's ridiculous, bro.
Hey, Mo, you ever seen a dude that just learned how to do the cha-cha or the waltz, and you can see them on the dance floor looking down at their feet and counting their steps 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Right. That's how Giannis post moves look. You can tell that.
Okay, wait. I'm glad you said that. You know who else post moves look like that?
Oh my God, he about to say Bam Adebayo. Shut up.
No, not at all. That looked good.
Okay.
That looked good. Look, you brought it up because that looked good. I know. But I'm talking about that.
I just know he always tried to segue into Miami or Bam somehow.
Tim Duncan.
Okay.
It was horrible watching it. It was horrible.
Come on now. Mel. Big fundamentalist.
It was like watching training videos of the Navy 101 watching
it. Watching Tim Duncan do it is like,
but it's so fundamental. Like,
it's like he looking for the little feet on the ground. All right, right foot right here, left foot right there. It's like he looking for the little feet.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
But I ain't gonna lie, he's the greatest power forward of all time.
It looks.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Timmy D might be the most aggravating.
It wasn't decorated at all.
It's Manu Ginobili was the spice of that damn team.
But Sheldon, you still here? Superstar that stayed in a small market. Superstar stayed in a small market. Superstar.
Hey, Sheldon. I'm about to show the link in the comment section. You got to join. My battery about to die.
All right.
Join from the comment. Check the link in the comment section. All right.
Come on, man. You can't sit here and tell me that was. Did y'all see what Tim Duncan did? Man, that turned around bank shot. Come on,
but
man.
no. But see, when I say that he's counting his steps like a dancer that just learned how to dance, I'm not saying that it looks boring. I'm saying that so Tim Duncan is not
I know what
that
you
way
mean.
because all his stuff was fluent. Like he was very skilled. You could tell he had been doing it for years. But when you see someone that just learned how to dance, they just can't get out there and just go with the just go with the flow.
Check him out.
They be out there counting and so when you get somebody like LeBron or Westbrook or Giannis who don't naturally have good feet, who don't have good footwork in the post, who don't spin their hips real good, don't have that turnaround naturally like somebody like Kobe or Carmelo, you can tell when they about to shoot because they do the same setup dribble they do when they in the practicing by themselves, right? So, but if you rush them real hard and rush them and make them go into it, they go take a bad shot because they don't get a chance to get that rhythm dribble. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Like it's just a rhythm they got to get to, and that's why LeBron.
But the thing about it, man, Giannis is breaking out of that, and like we're seeing it.
He's breaking out of it, but for so many years, you could see him. You could see 5 seconds before he about to shoot a 3. He about to shoot a 3.
Oh my God. Yo, like it was they made a video of it. It was like Giannis has no bag, and it was him him against Blake last year, and he was trying to dribble drive fake hezzy against Blake, and it was just so clunky because it was just one move. It was dribble, hezzy step, dribble, back, dribble, just for him to go into a pull up.
Right. Speaking of Blake, what's the odds he get some PT this game tomorrow night?
If Brooklyn is beating the dog living pit shit out of Boston,
I don't think that's gonna happen, man. I think psychologically that win did a lot for Boston. I would have picked if the Nets would have won that first game, I would have felt like they was gonna win the series. But I think Boston needed to get that game so bad, and I think what it did for them mentally is gonna be enough for them to pull it off. And I think most of that.
Tell you exactly why Boston's not gonna win that series.
Why is it?
It'll go to 7, but Boston is not gonna win that series. Here's the reason why.
But when it goes to 7, you kind of can't control what happened.
Well, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, you can't control what happened when it goes to 7.
It'll go to 7, but Boston is not gonna win that series. And here's the reason why. Boston played incredible defense. Like out the gate, they had Kevin Durant looking like a child. It was just bad, right? They limited Seth Curry's shot attempts. It was crazy, right? But this is Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving still got into his bag, right? So you obviously didn't do a lot. You really focused on Kevin Durant. You harassed Kevin into a bad shooting game. That's fine or whatever. How many times have we seen KD have back-to-back bad games, especially in the playoffs?
I can't remember now.
Kevin Durant is one of those basketball savants where he's like, okay, this is what happened. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna learn from that. I'm gonna see it next game. Boston is gonna come out and try to do the same shit, especially now that Marcus Smart just got Defensive Player of the Year. His head is big. He's on 10. The whole team is on 10. They feel great. They're gonna come out with that same aggressive defense, and you know exactly what KD's gonna do. And Kyrie drawing fouls, and I'm gonna put y'all in foul trouble. Bring that second unit in, and now I'm about to cook your second unit. You can't come in until the middle of the second quarter. We already hot. Me and Kyrie got 40 points in the first half combined. What's next? And they're gonna do that for the whole series.
Well, KD can go off and they can still lose.
You gotta play defense. Who y'all got stopping these guys, man?
I don't think anything was wrong with the defense that the Nets played this game. The biggest issue with the Nets is not their shot blocking at the rim, and it's not their post play, because Drummond and Claxton does pretty good with that. The issue with the Nets is with their wing defenders, and they have a small Patty Mills, a small Kyrie Irving, a small Seth Curry, and the biggest wing they got is Dragic.
Bruce Brown.
Or you can say Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown or Dragic, right? And everybody that's on the Boston squad is big, either in a tall and long way, or in Marcus Smart case,
Pause.
he's a big body, right? So they can get to the rim a little bit easier than the small guys can guard them. So the key to the Nets is how healthy can Ben Simmons get and come out there and help them guard some of those wings.
Which I agree, but another thing is there was a lot of undisciplined play on the Nets. A lot of ticky-tack fouls that could have been avoided. Andre Drummond had 4 fouls in the first half. Unacceptable.
But look, that goes exactly to what I'm saying. You have small wings. Like, how you not gonna get ticky-tack fouls with Seth Curry trying to stop Jason Tatum?
No, these fouls were like the fouls that Andre Drummond got were inside.
Listen.
Loose ball fouls and stuff like that.
Did you see who Seth Curry was guarding?
Who was it, Jalen?
Look at his face.
No. Seth Curry was guarding Dice.
Well, anybody can. I can guard Tice.
It doesn't matter. Like, when the shot goes up, you have to box that man out.
And why was Seth Curry doing that? Because Andre Drummond was sitting with foul trouble.
No, that was the game plan from tip off. And when the tip off came, the Nets came down and turned the ball over, and they came down and they showed you exactly what their game plan was when Seth Curry pointed out Theis and went and manned him up. And then Boston looked like, oh shoot, they got Seth guarding him, and Theis was like, should I post up? And that, no, let's run our play like we normally was go. But I was like, man, they got this dude guarding big power forward. And I get it. They trying to crash and I get the strategy is they don't never go to Theis in the post. So I can put anybody on him and it's still gonna be the same thing. But at least I got Seth Curry off of Jason Tatum. So you got Brown guarding one of the bigger guys, and you put Seth on somebody that ain't gonna never get the ball. Okay, that's cool. I get that. But guess what? It didn't work. It's not cute. It's not cute to have Seth, Brown, and Kyrie Irving starting. Those are three little dudes.
And I told Dino this the day of the game. I have no idea why Blake and LaMarcus didn't get no tick. That would have helped.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I mean, that's I don't know. I just
falls on Steve Nash at that point because
he won't shooting though. So he gets shooting with Kyrie and Seth and Katie. That's 3 guys that shooting, and Brown is knocking down the corner 3. So you got shooting, and then you got rebounding from Drummond. I like what they're doing, but I just think it'd be better if they was doing it with Ben Simmons. I would love a lineup of Kyrie, Curry. I can do 2 small guards if I can put Ben Simmons on somebody and KD on somebody and Drummond on somebody. I can deal with Marcus Smart trying to take Seth Curry 1-on-1 or Kyrie 1-on-1. I can deal with that because he's not that much of an offensive player.
The Nets are in trouble.
Not necessarily, because Ben Simmons just got cleared for contact and 4-on-4s.
Okay, I got a question though. If y'all go 7 with Boston, who do y'all see next?
Philly, whooping their ass.
A fresh Philly at that, because they about to around.
We whooping Philly ass.
Coming off a 7-game series?
Whooping Philly ass.
I'm gonna tell you this right here, Mo. The games that you've been, the first 2 games we've seen so far in the playoffs, it's 3 teams who when they get home is going to look different. And the first team is Denver. The way they've been letting Draymond manhandle Jokic, they're not going to allow it in Denver, right? And it ain't because Denver got their own refs. It's because the league is going to put that. They're going to put that message out there, right? They're not going to be manhandling Jokic in Denver. So they're going to get at least 1 game in Denver, but Jokic is going to play well in both of them.
I just need Joker to just shut Nick Wright the hell up, bro. I can't, bro. Nick Wright is getting on my nerves right now, bro.
What you been saying?
He hates Joker. He hates Joker. What I'm gonna just say this: he just thinks Joker is overhyped. He just thinks he's not as good as what people saying, and he just thinks that he's just a analytic junkie.
He's
I can kind of
good.
see it.
It's obvious he's good. Everybody knows he's good. But the person that Nick Wright is riding for. So Nick Wright got I don't know what his issue is, but Nick Wright can't like a guy and also be honest about a guy who threatens the guy he likes. So seriously. So he loves Luka as much as he loves LeBron, and he wants Luka to be in the MVP race, and he's jealous that Jokic is in the MVP race every year. He think it should be Luka, right? So his Jokic hate come from his his love for his boy told Luka, and it's the same thing with LeBron. His hate for Kyrie and KD, and it used to be the Warriors. Remember when the Warriors used to be a team he hated? Mm-hmm. Now he don't have no problem with the Warriors because it's not a threat to LeBron, but he still hates Kyrie and KD because he just got it out for him. So I mean, that's just how he is, man. He's gonna always say bad things about KD, Kyrie, and Jokic because of LeBron and Luka. It's not. I mean, it's obvious too. It's real obvious. But what I was saying is Denver is going to play a lot better. Trey and Atlanta is going to play a lot better in Atlanta, and I want to say Toronto is going to play a lot better in Toronto. So
I don't know about that one.
They all go get a game.
I believe the Toronto joint because there's a chance they could get Scotty Barnes back in Toronto, and Matisse Thybulle cannot play in Toronto, and he's a big defensive factor for Philly.
But they barely play him though.
Wait, why you can't play in Toronto?
He's not vaccinated.
Oh,
but they barely play him though. He's not that much of a factor. And that defense.
Philly's still gonna win that series just so they can go get railroaded by Brooklyn in the next round.
Philly's gonna win the series. Toronto is gonna get at least one game. Denver's gonna get at least one game, and same with Atlanta.
If Drake is at both game 3 and 4, they're gonna win both games.
Drake a drill rapper, but look, man,
we want Giannis.
Man.
Giannis.
Now you doing all this we want Giannis shit. If y'all get Giannis and he put that size 14 up y'all ass, then what?
Man, worry about getting out the front before you talk.
The worst. The worst thing for the league is for Miami to take care of the Bucks and get them out the way because, like I said,
nobody in the way at that
point. Like I said, the Nets can't beat nobody in green on the East. They can't beat the Celtics or the Bucks. If they luck up and get Ben Simmons and they beat the Celtics, then that's a blessing. But they won't get past the Bucks. But if Miami take care of them, the Nets might go to the finals, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let them know. Let that man know.
Y'all crazy, delusional.
Let that man know. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If we get a healthy Ben Simmons back and we do play the Bucks, Giannis about to have a problem.
Y'all not playing their Bucks are not beating Miami. I really know what. I already put in the post. I'm not talking anymore. I'm gonna just.
I'll do the talking for you, brother. It's gonna be Brooklyn. It's gonna be Brooklyn versus Philly in the next round. It's gonna be what? Miami versus Milwaukee.
You know what I want
in the next round.
You know what I want? If we win a championship, I want a jersey. You gotta give me a jersey. Bam out of bio.
You ain't say what jersey. I'm getting you a Brooklyn jersey. KD.
Bam out of bio.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope.
Mo, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Y'all ain't got what it takes to beat Brooklyn. If y'all face Brooklyn in this playoffs in the Eastern Conference Finals,
they don't have.
If y'all face,
they don't.
Bro, if y'all face Brooklyn, it's gonna be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing.
If they're struggling against a lengthy Boston team, what makes you think they're gonna not struggle against a lengthy Miami? And a more
light work. It's gonna be light work.
Light work.
Yeah,
Miami doesn't have the scoring capability of just Kyrie and KD alone.
What have y'all been
No,
watching?
I'm so serious. Jimmy
you-
Butler
what-
can't score. Hold on, let me talk. Jimmy Butler can't score like KD or Kyrie. Kyle
He
Lowry
dropped
can't score like.
45.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me
What is
finish.
he talking about?
Let me finish. How many times has he dropped 40? How many times has he dropped 40?
He don't need to. Which matter of fact, go ahead and
Bullshit.
finish. Go ahead and
Listen.
bury yourself. Go ahead and bury yourself. Go ahead.
Jimmy Butler can't score like Kyrie or KD. Kyle Lowry can't score like him. Bam Adebayo can't score like him. The best person y'all got that could possibly somewhat maybe sniff a toenail is Duncan Robinson. And that's only because he only missed 1 3 out of 9 in that game 1.
Okay,
That's about it.
This is what I'll take. I'll take 3 people putting up 22 points and the rest of my team putting up 15 rather than taking 2 40 pieces.
But you make it
Exactly.
No, hold on, listen.
Exactly.
It's two 40 pieces plus a couple of 10s and 8s and a couple of 7s. It's still gonna beat y'all.
I didn't throw a 10 or 8 in there. You better.
No, you said 320. You said 320s and a couple of 15.
And a couple of 15.
320s and a couple of 15. Listen. Brooklyn gonna give you this wing ding dinner, family reunion special, and they're gonna get y'all ass up out of here.
Yeah,
all right.
That sounds good coming from a team that's down 0-2.
We down 1, son. We only have 1 game. Where we 0-2 at? Where we 0-2 at?
I'm about to be 0-2, bro.
Where we 0-2 at? Where we 0-2 at?
Hey, you think?
Matter of fact, you know what? Check it out.
For real, Mo? You think they
Morris,
losing for real? I think they gonna lose too.
I think
Morris, check it out, man. Hey, listen, you want me to buy you a Bam Adebayo jersey if Miami win it or whatever? If we end up seeing y'all and we beat y'all, I want the meanest Kevin Durant jersey. And I don't want a Brooklyn one. I don't want a Brooklyn one. I want you to go get a Seattle Supersonics one.
I'm gonna get you a Kyrie one.
No, I want a KD Supersonics jersey. I priced it. It's $350. That's what I want.
Lord.
I got you. Don't worry about it. But I want that. Make it the championship edition.
Man, better holler at our man at the Sports Cave, huh?
Sports Cave. We on the way for the Miami.
Hey,
here, just be on the lookout.
Dino, if y'all win, I'm getting your jersey from Wish.
Nah, you gotta get it from Sports Cave.
I'm getting your jersey from Wish.
That's messed up. You know what I'm saying?
I'm buying my godson a jersey before I buy you one.
Brooklyn wish they could play defense like the Heat.
Like I said, man, I ain't seen nothing wrong with the Brooklyn Nets defense, man. They actually play decent defense.
Are they
if Brooklyn's defense is as bad as you say it is, it wouldn't have been a 1-point loss that came down to the last second.
Brooklyn ain't it neither. I mean, Boston ain't it either. We'll take care of them too.
Boston, listen. If Boston
we'll take care of their ass too.
If Boston beats us, they handling Philly. I mean, Philly's not making it past the second round. I don't see
take care of anybody. I don't care who it is.
You real confident, but if y'all lose any series, if y'all don't even make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, I be loud with it. Be loud and wrong.
Hey,
be loud and wrong when y'all don't make it.
How far of a drive are you from me, Chris?
6 hours, 4.5 if I'm speeding.
It's 6 hours. Oh, you in
San Diego? Well, with traffic, yeah, but I normally leave in the middle of the night when there's no traffic. I can get there in about 4.5 hours. I live in Lemoore.
I'm gonna be moving to Lodi.
Hey man. Hey,
what's crazy is I have a homeboy / coworker who's from Lodi. Never knew it existed until why are you moving to Lodi?
Man, this power plant, bro. Food, money. Let's just put it like that. Money.
That boy gonna be working at that Stranger Things facility.
You're damn right.
Well, shit.
No.
Let me see, because I don't think Lodi ain't nothing. Lodi ain't more than 3 hours away from me.
Yeah, but it's they're building it up, because when I flew out there last week, I was like, oh damn, they're building this shit up. I mean, this stuff.
2.5 hours. 2.5 hours, Cass. You 2.5 hours away from me in Lodi.
This place be interesting. I do.
Yeah, man.
Go far.
I'm not gonna lie. This is probably, to me, the most interesting playoffs in a while, just because it's not like a real super team.
Yeah.
Like it's not a super team.
I'll say this: this
We're
playoffs
the
is so much interesting because we can focus
Mhm.
on actually every one of these 16 teams
Right.
without being oversaturated with a LeBron storyline.
Facts.
Exactly. Exactly.
Fact.
That's why
I don't
telling people.
mean no shade. I don't mean no hate. But
Bruh.
the fact that we don't, because it was still, even last year, the Lakers made it, and it was a storyline against the Lakers
All
and the
about the Lakers.
Suns.
See. You don't mean no shade, but with all due disrespect, I cannot wait. I can't wait for this man to retire, man.
Bruh, but this is the thing. I like LeBron. I'm not a stan of his. I'm a LeBron
to retire.
But I think
a lot of times it's not even him.
Because the fact that we not focusing on, oh, how's LeBron doing or how are the Lakers doing? Now we can actually see, oh damn, Boston is good. Yeah. Oh dang, Pelicans are good.
Yep.
Memphis and Minnesota got a series. What? Yep. Like we're able to actually really look at all these other games and actually enjoy the NBA without it being the NBA/LeBron show. Yep. I love that.
We get to see CJ get from under the Dame Lillard shadow and be a point guard and be just as much as a scorer as Dame was, and he got a sidekick with BI that looks good. BI's emerging, that's great. I mean, like, man, it's so many storylines and good stuff going on, man. If the NBA would just leave the Celtic next game alone and just let them play for real and stop freaking trying to create drama and all this stuff, the entire playoffs would be legit, man. But they trying so hard.
I think that's what game 2 is going to be. I think game 2 they're gonna come off the whistle a bit and they just gonna let them boys play.
I don't know, man.
Now I will say this: if the game is too one-sided, like if the game is by more than 10 points entering clutch time in the fourth, which is 5 minutes or less, you're gonna see a lot of whistles on both sides.
They're not going to let a blowout even happen in this series. This series is going 7 games.
Yeah,
and they're going to try to milk everything they can out of this series.
Boy,
it's
what I'm gonna do is
an old heifer. Yo, I'm gonna say this: who y'all got coming out of the West? Because the East is hard. I'm gonna be honest. The East is hard. I would have said Golden. I would have said the Suns before the night. I'm gonna say Golden State.
Sorry, no.
You know what? Yo, the hell with this. I'm gonna say the Pelicans, but honestly, the Golden State.
No, I always thought it was either gonna be Suns Golden State WCF or Memphis Golden State WCF, right? I don't even know if Memphis and Golden State can play because they the 2 and the 3, so they would have to play in round 2.
They can't.
So no, it would have to be either Suns and Golden State or Suns and Grizzlies, right?
Right.
Seeing how the Suns played, tonight, kind of showed a chink in their armor. I'm still not sold on the fact that they might not make it all the way there. But I watched both of Golden State Nuggets games in its entirety, and I can't find a wrinkle. I mean, Klay looks good. Klay looked like he got his legs back under him right on time. Draymond, with that being said, Draymond went right back to his role of point forward. He's not relied on for nothing else but rebounds, assists, and decoys. The emergence of Jordan Poole is crazy. Steph coming off the bench, dropping 34. What?
Right.
I think Steph should come off the bench for the rest of the series, honestly.
Right. Just keep him rested until you need him.
Exactly. Andrew Wiggins, the second unit, is still doing good. I mean, and it's crazy because it's part of the game, but as long as Golden State can stay healthy, I don't even think Phoenix can stand up to him, to be honest with you. I think I got Golden State coming out the West.
You might be right, but I think most of what you're seeing with Golden State against Denver, I'm not saying it's fool's gold, but it's not gonna be like that at all times. Like I said, I watched the game closely to see how they're calling it, and the way that they allow the Celtics to grab, push, and do some illegal things with KD. They're allowing Draymond to do it to Jokic, and that's why Jokic got so frustrated and got those 2 techs, because they're getting away with murder against him, right? And who's Draymond going to do that to against Memphis? Because they're not going to be going in the post to Steven Adams, right?
Ja's scoring the post for them.
So Ja's going to be cooking Steph, and Clay ain't healthy enough to stop him like he used to. So there's no.
What's to say that you don't put Jordan Poole in front of Ja though?
Rabbit season.
Okay then. Okay then. What about GP2?
Duck season.
Look at his face.
Okay, so Ja is that one person that no matter who you put in front of him, he gonna get a bucket, right?
No, I'm not gonna say that, but Ja go get his, and you can't. The reason why the Warriors are clicking so much, their defense actually picked up before their offense did, right? So when that defense start clicking, they start getting all these steals, and they running out, getting rim runs and threes in transition and all that stuff. It was just crazy. But it started with their defense. That every squad is not going to let Draymond Green disrupt them like that. Right. It's just with Jokic, because Jokic is a single point of failure, and if you can cut the head off the snake, and everything else is going to follow. He's only one man right now.
They don't have their 2 or 3.
Yeah, you don't have that.
That's understandable.
So
let's.
Can he get Portis back up in this series?
Who?
Nah,
I don't know.
Michael Portis. Yeah.
No,
you talking about MPJ? I think I haven't heard no news on him at all. I was watching NBA Today, and they was doing it was either today or yesterday, and they was doing like the injury breakdowns of key people. They were talking about Ben Simmons was ramping up. They were talking about some other people, but
Jamal
MPJ
Murray
was not mentioned at all.
I know, they were saying
they had already stated right before the play kicked off, like that little break. They had already stated that they were out for the season.
Michael Porter is out for the season. Oh, well, yep. Yeah. Denver.
What about Jamal Murray? Is he got a chance to ramp up or no?
He had one week before the playoffs. They were like he's could be available late first round, but once that update came out with Michael Porter Jr., his was a part of that.
So this is the one thing. Now this is going back to Nick Wright. I just want to know, why is it okay to have the excuse for LeBron that, AD is not available? That's why the Lakers aren't succeeding. Trevor Ariza is not available. That's why they're not succeeding. But when you have a guy like Joker who's dependent on number 2 or number 3, he doesn't get the luxuries of saying that, oh man, he doesn't have his number 2 scorer, he doesn't have his number 3 scorer.
I mean, sure, you know the answer to that.
Well, I was gonna say it's because of the fact that even without his 1 or 2, they still work their way to the 6th seed.
No, right, but this is a series against the number 2. 3 team, and a number 3 team that's healthy now. So you're gonna need, if your shotgun is not working, if what it is a high point, if you're a high point jam, bro, you're gonna need something else. Fuck, you're gonna need something else.
You better off throwing that at that point.
Aaron Gordon, somebody.
Man, I'm just saying, like,
Bones Highland. I mean, that's probably the best number 2 that he got right now.
Who?
Bones Highland.
That I don't even think they're playing him this series.
They did. He's getting some time, but his minutes is severely cut from what he was playing in the regular season.
Yeah. They're a lot more Will Barton.
Will Barton and DeMarcus Cousins got into it.
Wait, what happened?
Will Barton and DeMarcus Cousins got into it on the bench, and it lasted for 2 timeouts. It was 1 timeout where it initiated, and they was going back and forth and had to be separated and restrained. And it was a second timeout where it was reignited, and they was back into it again. Nobody came out with the lip reading yet or anything about what was said or nothing like that. They chalking it up to frustration, tempers boiling over. But it looked like two dudes in the hood was like, yo, hey, I mean, I can take this jersey off and we can get it cracking in the locker room type deal.
Well, we scratch all that. Yeah, we're gonna just need Boogie to just step it up then, I guess. That just Boogie be boogieing. But another note, Melvin said he gonna lock it up too, y'all.